Thousands of people are just starting to tattoo from home with zero training. And it's causing even kids to be hospitalised, and it needs to be fixed sooner rather than later. However, I can actually understand why some people do this. Tattoo apprenticeships are almost impossible to find, especially for normal working people. Can't afford to just quit your job. You've got a family to support, home to run. So I can kind of see why these people are doing it. But there's so many resources now available that nobody should doing it without actually learning how to do it correctly. I'm going to show you how to tattoo safely from home. But before I do that, you've got to understand the risks of people doing it without the right training, because there are risks. One of the main risks, they haven't got a license to be doing it from the home. So there's the legal aspect. It's basically classed as grievous bodily harm. When you're tattooing somebody and you're not supposed to be, that is essentially what you're doing. There's the health and hygiene risks. If you're not trained in doing things, and it's simple to learn, but there's the people out there, the industry call them scratchers. These are uneducated people. It's so easy to learn. Like I said, there's loads of resources. But for those that are just tattooing people without the correct training, whether it's online or traditional apprenticeship, there's the risk of infections. These infections, as we've already seen, are killing people. Do not do it. There's safe ways of doing everything, whether it be from home or a traditional apprenticeship, learning the right way. Let's stop all this hospitalising people. If you're serious about becoming a tattoo artist and you're starting just doing it from home incorrectly, there's a massive risk to future regret. And what I mean by that is when you actually start taking it serious, you're in a shop, you've got all those people that you did illegally, the work won't be at its best. And all it's going to do is potentially trash your reputation before you even start. If you've got it in your head, look, I'm actually serious about this, do things right from day one and avoid all those issues. People just do not think about any of this shit. They don't manage the risks. They don't think logically, to be honest. And that's why all these disasters from these so-called scratchers, which is what they get referred to in industry, all that can be eliminated. There is nothing wrong with learning how to tattoo from home, as long as it's done in a safe manner where nobody's going to get hurt, there's no risk of damaging anybody or hospitalising anybody. And I'm going to show you how that's achievable. So if you're wanting to learn from home, because a tattoo apprenticeship is just not ideal for you, that's absolutely fine, as long as you're doing things in the right way. Yeah, there's loads of courses online that you can follow, tons to choose from. You can just jump around on YouTube, like you're doing now, watching this, and I've got tons on my channel, and there's countless other channels with loads of good advice, so you can go down that route. But the most important thing, and if there's anything that you take from this video, listen to this bit. Do not be tattooing people while learning. There's specific things, and I cover all this on my course that's totally free. There's specific things that you can be tattooing on. Again, ignore the others that say fruit. There's tattoo mats specifically designed to learn how to tattoo. That is what you should be learning on, not people. Learn on mats. They can go to hospital as much as they want. It's just a bit of rubber, but it avoids all them mistakes. You're not a scratcher because you're not tattooing people. You are learning all the skills and methods. So when you're ready to move on to people, you're doing it in a safe way. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to show you exactly where you need to go to get all this laid out for you for totally free. All you've got to do is sign up with your email. What I want to tell you to do is go from point A to point B in a structured format in the fastest way possible. Kind of like a sat-nav planning your route. We've got to have a plan. And I think personally, this is the biggest thing that is missing within the tattooing industry as a complete whole. There's not that structure until now. So I think you've got to follow a curriculum. Same as when we're learning anything, think of anything, high school, universities, colleges, everything that we learn throughout life has got a curriculum that we follow because it works and it gets the best results in the shortest time. But it's never been seen before in tattooing. Why? That's my question, and that's why I created the course, which I'll drop links, like I've already said. It's completely free. You can go check that out. But I like to do things in a particular order. First of all, just getting you used to holding the machine and actually tattooing something. understanding hand and machine speed and all the theory behind it as well. Then the next step from that is getting used to how the needle actually hits the skin, understanding the path that you've got to follow. To start with the most simplest form of tattooing, let's just learn how to do a straight line. We're not doing fancy design straight away. We're just sticking to the simplest form, just doing a straight line. And then there's the curved lines, circles, etc., but all following that same pattern. Let's just learn the line works, the absolute basics. And again, not doing the designs, we stick to drills. I do that for a particular reason. Stick to drills at the beginning because there's nothing fancy there to take your eye away from it. Again, like I say, you want to get maximum rewards for minimum time and effort. So doing drills, because they show every single mistake that you've done, it almost forces you to improve at a faster rate because, let's be honest, the work is going to be shit, all right? You're going to see every little wobble on that straight line. Next, we then do a design, all right? So we put everything that we've learned from doing the drills, drill after drill, hour after hour. All right, so now I've mastered that a little bit. What's the next stage? Let's just do a design that incorporates everything that we've learned so far into doing something that actually looks good now. No shading, nothing. Forget about all that, that's later. We're just focusing on lines. So we do a few designs, implements everything that we've learned. The next step is shading. Well, we need to understand the theory behind shading and start to understand what makes something darker or lighter. So pointillism or dot work is the perfect next progression to that. So that is exactly what we do. We learn it, same principle, with drills first, so you can understand what you're implementing. Same again, we then do a few designs to further understand everything that we've been learning so far. The designs are picked for a particular reason. It involves the line work, everything that we've covered, and it involves the dot work. Again, everything that we've covered. So now we've got a bit of an understanding. We've done line work drills, we've done a few designs, we've done dot work, we've done a few designs, we've done drills. Now, all right, so how do we shade? But there's shading, but there's also the different needles that we use to shade. When do we use them? What effects do they get? We've got to learn things, again, in a particular order. So we do the shading, the different methods, whip shading, brush shading, packing, everything that you can imagine to do a decent tattoo. We do that then with the round shader. Again, to understand this needle, this family of needles, we need to get used to it. So rather than just jumping around doing anything willy-nilly, we're following an exact program, a blueprint to take you from never holding a machine to being a really good tattooist in 30 days. That is as fast as we can get this done. Literally, from today, you could be doing really good designs in 1 month. Ignore all the haters, it takes years. Yeah, it does take years. It takes years and years of practice to become an Olympic swimmer. But in 30 days, you could go from never swimming to be able to swim. That is the aim of the course that I produced, to get you to be able to swim or to get you to be able to tattoo. So we've done the line work, we've done the dot work. Now we're understanding the shading methods with the round shader. Again, let's not run before we can walk. We hammer this with drills to understand the methods. And then I bet you guess what's coming next. We then put everything that we've learned into doing a few designs. Again, they're all hand-picked. So the designs that really focus on everything that you've already been learning. It's impossible to learn something and be a master at it in a week or a day or even 30 days. But if we're doing things again and again and again and again, repetition creates muscle memory. You are competent at doing this once you don't have to think, all right? And that is why the curriculum and progressive learning is the key. After that, we then learn all the shading methods again, but this time using the Magnum needle. My favorite thing to actually tattoo with. So we do drills again, then we do designs. And then that is where I stop holding your hand. That's the end of the 30 days. At this point, you can line, you can shade, you've got experience with the round shader, you've got dot work, and then we start touching the Magnums. It's to give you a taster. At this point, you've done loads of tattoo designs. You can tattoo, you can swim. Then it's up to you. Again, I'll put links in the video. You can go check out the full course that takes people from around 6 months to a year to actually complete. There's hundreds of lessons in there following this same system, progressive learning. Then we start doing more complicated designs. And I'll be honest, the results from people that have done this style of learning has far exceeded my expectations when I started building this course. I wanted people to go from never holding a machine to being able to do portraits, which is what we've done, but the work that they've been doing is absolutely world class. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on scratchers or DIY tattooers from home. And if you are interested in learning the correct way from home, like I said, the link to my free 30-day course is in the description, so make sure you go check that out. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.